Hello, my name is Wong Poh Kei and my mission number is 270054. Harbour Group Berhad was established in 2002 on January 6, 2004. They were formerly listed on the map board of Bursa Malaysia, consolidated or associated company activity. Harbour Group Berhad, headquartered in Binti, Sarawak, Malaysia, is one of the most largest company in the logistics in East Malaysia. The main business of Harbour are shipping and maritime, integrated logistics division, engineering division, and property division. Harbour pen logo that use the company name and the watershed pattern. The color used in Harbour are black, red, and white. Next, the Harbour mission statement is simple, striving for continuous employment to all aspects of the business at the same time. Harbour set global standard and just very question. Harbour vision is to ensure customer satisfaction and build a stronger future. The philosophy of Harbour is CSR, corporate social responsibility. This commitment enables it to act with the highest standard of group cohesion and ethics to provide product and service that meets the growing expectation of customer and business partner, to enter and retain the quality employee, to provide meaningful support to the community in the which they operate, and then to reduce the social and environmental impact of their business practice. The board of directors of Harbour. First, Dato Yong Soon is the group managing director. Wong Poh Kei and Dato Ton Kuan Seng is the executive director. Penantian Dato Pao Chung Eng, Go Hoi Ling, Dato Haji Mohitan bin Haji Isa is the independent non-executive director. Okay, next, the top 3 shareholder of the Harbour. First is the Arrangement Sediran Berhad, is 31.5%. Second, United Joy Sediran Berhad, 21.6%. That is the Yong Soon, 9.95%. He also group managing director of the Harbour. The picture shows the corporate structure of Harbour, so I already finished my part. Thank you.
Internal analysis is the operation of an organization that can be controlled and performed effectively or poorly on the internal strength and internal weaknesses. They can be found in the management, marketing, finance, production, research and development, and management information system (MIS). Management is the process of organizing, staffing, motivating, leading, and planning an organization to fulfill goals successfully. Marketing include any action taken by a business to advertise, market, and sell goods and services to the customer, whether online or offline. The market mix usually refer 4P, which is product, price, place, and promotion. Finance and accounting. Financial accounting is the process of create financial statement that businesses use to present their financial performance and position to the parties outside the organization. Businesses need financial accounting because it enables them to monitor their financial activities. Then they can decide how to spend their resources wisely. Production and operation. Production is the act of creating something, whereas operation is the act of laboring. When raw material, capital, or human resources are coupled with manufacturing and operation to create goods or services that can be sold to the customer. Therefore, production or operation deal with a variety of input, transformation, and output device production or operational functions. Research and development. New information is created by research and development. It is a task that business carry out in order to create new goods, method, or services to enhance ones that currently exist. Their goal. Management Information System (MIS). The goal of Management Information System is to raise the standard of managerial choice in order to increase an organization performance. The strength of the Harbour Group Berhad. First, strong demand in cargo transportation and rising sea freight tariff. Second, financial performance increase. Third, maintain group market share and strengthen our core competency. 4. focus on operational efficiency and cost control effectiveness. 5th, brand catering to different customer segment. 6. Strong brand recognition. 7. High margin relative to the other rival. 8. First mover advantage in the increasingly congested market space. 9. Talent management and skill development. And the last one is the success of the product combination. The weaknesses of the Harbour Link Group Berhad. First, declining revenue per unit. Second, low investment in customer-focused services. Third, decreasing market share. Fourth, high staff turnover. Fifth, local monopoly and niche market. Sixth, high expenses to replace current professional. 7. Profit low. 8. Less of workers. 9. Market risk. And the last one is employee capital risk. From the table above show the total weight score is 2.53. The average score is 3 and the score of Harbour Link did not achieve the average score, but the score is a little closer to average than below. So we can say that the Harbour Link group performance can be considered acceptable, but in order to be more stable, the organization can improve in some way to make the performance better. Harbour Link Group should develop the strategy to make improvement mutually beneficial for the company.
My name is Janice Yeng and my birthday number is 269859. Now I'll continue with the opportunities of Harbour Link. As you can see, there are 10 opportunities of Harbour Link Group listed here. First is the uses of technology in ship and maritime terminal. Second is the rapid economic growth. Third, online possibility. Fourth, recurring changes and in consumer choices. Fifth is the local collaboration. Sixth is the cost reduction for new products. 7 is the independent vessel. 8 within logistic network strategic cooperation. 9 is the green management implementation, and lastly, warehousing and GPS sensor. Moving on, there are also 10 threats of Harbour Link listed here. First is the shortage of highly qualified employees, personnel. Second is the legal action is suggested. Third is the constant change of demographic. Fourth is the cyber assault risk. Fifth is the changing weather. Sixth is the political danger. 7 is the armed theft, piracy and robbery. 8 is the marine ecosystem degradation. 9 is the low profit but high revenue, and lastly, influenced by competition. Now, we'll talk about the External Factors Evaluation Matrix, or EFE. Strategics use EFE to actually summarize and assess the economical, social, cultural, demographic, environmental, political, governmental, legal, technical, and competitive information for the company. So, as you can see in the table, there are opportunity and threats listed, and they are weighted differently on each point. And the total we have here is that the EFE is 2.51, which is shown in the table, and the score is around the average. External factors are strong factors that could affect the company as well as the business. Harbour Link Group actually need to be aware of its opportunity and take chances and use it, and to avoid threats from any other sides. By avoiding threats, it will help Harbour Link to gain more competitive advantages in the industry. And the CPM matrix analyzes a business main rival as well, and their unique advantages and disadvantages. As shown is the CPM matrix table. From the table, we can see here that the average score of Harbour Link is 2.77, whereas the average score for its competitors, C-Span, received an average of 2.63. We can conclude that Harbour Group received a higher score compared to its competitor, and it proves that Harbour is still stable in the industry and they can actually be good in the competition in position. That's all from my part. Now I'll pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Okay, next is SWOT metric. In straight opportunity, first is exploitation new marketplace. The business market evolve with time. Harbour Group will start to run into growth limitation in its original target marketplace as the company develops and its market share slowly rise. Besides, they must develop a new marketplace and also has to be familiar with some foreign agents in order to enter a new marketplace because they are frequently utilized to assist the company in entering the international market. In second is seek potential investor. The company has to attract potential investor because the business with high capital cost and low earnings such as warehouse or trucking firms make up logistic corporations. There are many prospects for investors to generate substantial profits income. Harbour Group since higher margin brokerage firms and logistic technology companies are listed. And lastly is improve quality in service provided. The consumer used to search for the finance products that suited their budget before adding delivery costs. Alongside a product's price, more than half of buyers consider a product's high quality to be the most important component of their buying experience. Customer will always seek for the high quality goods or service in Harbour Group should enhance the service they offer. In witness opportunity, first is pricing management. Stock prices are affected every day by the market factors. The price of a stock increases when there is a greater demand for it than there a greater supply of it. If more people desire to sell a stock than buy it, supply would outweigh demand and price would decrease. Supply and demand are straightforward concepts to guarantee customers have the greatest pricing on the market. However, it's a significant issue for the Harbour Group. Second is improve competitiveness in local markets. Company needs to employ some plan to stay afloat in the market so that they can continue to compete with the general business. On the other hand, several sectors depend on meeting the particular demands of regional clients in order to succeed. Business compete on the basis of long-standing client relationships. By offering identical products at lower prices, multinational firms cannot compete. Excessive transportation costs, however, may discourage a worldwide presence in other business. And lastly, is improve human resource management. Every workplace struggles with a staffing shortage due to lack of workers. They will impact the flow of work. The company needs to make an effort to find talent instead to stop this from spreading. Opportunities for growth are valued by the majority of workers, and this has the extra advantage of increasing brand loyalty. In addition, a rapid recruiting process ensures applicant buy-in from the outset by immediately revealing a company attitude and ideals. In strength 3, first is enhanced product safety. There are those who people will copy a product exactly from the original. Therefore, Harbour Group must exercise caution since it's unsettling that people who purchase counterfeit items do so consciously or unknowingly with the intent of developing a bad opinion of the brand, which may have a huge negative effect on brand reputation. By doing nothing when users report fake goods, online marketplace fail to support the company. Second is attentive towards labor demands. Demography have an impact on the labor supply. The availability of labor often rise as life expectancies rise and mortality rates decline. Over time, shift in the age distribution of the labor force will have an impact on the natural rate of unemployment in addition to labor force participation and growth. Compared to other age groups, older employees have lower unemployment rates, are less inclined to change occupations. And third is constant observation of market changes. The company must also keep in mind that certain costs have an effect on the degree of competition in a certain industry in order to guarantee that the company's products are constantly available on the market. High storage costs, low switching costs, and high feed costs are all elements that might encourage competition. High feed cost business will be persuaded to lower their rates, but as the prices decline, competition will heat up. Next is weakness trait. First is compete with competitors. One essential component of an organization is competition. There is undoubtedly fierce rivalry among business in the marine sector, and Harbour Group is up against a few formidable opponents. The company must develop plans and means to control the market if they are to continue competing in the sector. The company should broaden its market to incorporate more strategies and offer more services to a variety of demographic groups. Second is apply pricing principles. It is a good idea to regularly review product price in order to increase the company's income. Market changes can make it possible for business to boost prices without losing clients. Prior to make any price with high dominance, the company should test them first. The type of customer a company sells to may have a big influence on its profitability in addition to pricing that they charge. By concentrating on the most lucrative clients, company might be able to increase profits margins even if they lose the less lucrative ones. And lastly is increase outsourcing for workforce. The slowdown in the working age population and any possible effects will get worse if participation rates continue to decline throughout the majorities. Sometimes working participation rates are the result of the increased educational attainment and the subsequent reduction in youthful involvement rates. In order to boost work effectiveness over the long term, the company should keep looking for labor to outsource. Next is QSPI metrics. By using QSPI metrics, the strategies may objectively assess various plans based on previously determined external and internal key success criteria. The QSPI needs the assignment of ratings known as attractiveness scores, much like another analytical tools for strategy development. But by making good little rating judgment, strategies may make good large decisions. As a result, as you can see, we may infer that the optimum approach is to achieve long-term corporate development while maintaining a competitive advantage. The total attraction score in the table above indicates this is a plan for increased outsourcing for workforce to achieve a better performance have a score of 1.53. And various strategies for improved competitiveness in local markets as well as pricing management have lower ratings, which is 1.24 and 1.16 respectively. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, hi, my name is Zulaikha Asri, and my metric number is 269808. So I will present about strategy evaluation framework. Okay, at this point, we have to do strategy evaluation framework because we want to know how to review and measure base strategy to our company and organization performance, so that we can set benchmarking and evaluate continuous uh, monitor process. Okay, input point for evaluation framework. First point is quality of overall infrastructure. To overcome this point, Harbour Group must make an evaluation and monitoring on ship and equipment performance. So risk is increased service cost and equipment replacement. Activity to overcome this point is they must reschedule service machine test and recheck all vehicle performance. So next point is organization performance development. To overcome this point is they have to evaluate all organization function to analyze using key performance indicator, which is KPI. So risk is provide training and development and restructure organization. Next is activity, make all internal audit to make sure all departments are updated and always in line with goal. So third point is develop logistic hub for multimodal transport. To overcome this point is they have to make an adjustment of transit departure in Asia area and good multi-region support. So risk is port management enhancement need huge costs and take long-term time frame to be settled and done the project. And activity is they have to restructure arrangement and import shipment. Okay, for output section, first point for evaluate framework in output is efficiency of custom and border clearance. To overcome this point, they have to trade compliant improvement and transparency of government policy making. And the risk is need to enhance guidance activity to avoid illicit trafficking. And activity they must develop is they have to develop multinational border for better centralization. Second is strong legal and institutional framework. They have to provide good standard and clear legal statement to avoid corporate issue. Many procedure will spoil while shipping activity and direct time frame. This the rest of this point, and the risk of this point and activity they have to make studies to create good procedure and systematic shipping process. Okay, last is competence and quality of logistic services. To overcome with this point, they have to make strong demand and value shipping point and develop profession expert. So they must have human capital risk and overload material. And to make this point action is they have to increase the number of employees and enhance their space capacity. Okay, for stakeholder, first point is they have to enhance borderless transportation. So to overcome the ease of arranging competitively priced shipment, the risk optimize best logistic cost, and activity is warehousing and inventory activity must be systematic. Second is engage with stakeholder. They must have good engagement. First is develop new technology and in trend with global transportation. Risk trade tariff will increase and stakeholder would step back. And cost, time and reliability services must be increased. Okay, last point is develop economic corridor and international gateway. To overcome this point is they have to have a good diplomatic engagement. Risk of this point is political issue. And last activity, they must clear law and legal standard, enhance professional and management process. Okay, for assessment metric, first is have major changes in internal strategy. So for internal strategy, organization must stay sustain and perform all functions in organization. So all facilities, infrastructure, vehicle, machine, and all equipment must recheck, repair, and make the test before actual performance. And lastly, is company also must assign and make study to develop logistic hub, multimodal transport as changes in internal strategy. So moving to having major changes in external strategy, Harbour Group must evaluate opportunity and try to beat other competitor. So they must change about border clearance and custom efficiency. And relationship between external provider, which is supplier and customer, must have good engagement and need to search benefit on having them as a external provider. So, Harbour Group also must have a deep study about their competitor, strengths and weaknesses to sustain and fight for being competitive advantage. So, have the process achieve the objective? Before this point, Harbour Group does not achieve the objective yet because all the strategy need previous study, continuous study and research and development. So they must occur the cost and spending amount in applying the strategy. Lastly, the result of all of this point, all the strategy need to take corrective action and must continue strategy and involve in research and development.